At night, I tend to be a restless sleeper. I don't really get a good night's rest. I'm not sure why, but ever since I can remember, I would toss and turn a lot at night. I do know that when I exercise, however, I do get a much better sleep at night. I sleep like a baby at those times. Some other sleeping habits that I have, I tend to sleep or go to bed early. Around 10 o'clock, my eyes start getting drowsy and groggy, and I'm usually in bed by 11. And in that sense, I'm more of an early bird rather than a night owl. I like to wake up early in the morning because I believe that the early bird gets the worm. But other than that, I am not a very deep sleeper, so I need to find more ways where I can get a good night's rest.
All right, everyone. In today's actual story, Rachel told us about her sleep habits. What did she say? She doesn't sound like she is a deep sleeper, and she has difficulty going to bed at night. She tries to go to bed quite early, as she is more of an early bird. She is not a night owl, right? What did she mention? She goes to bed around 11 p.m., tends to wake up early in the morning. So let's check out the things she said in today's actual story, all right? Here we go with the first one. I tend to be a restless sleeper. Restless. But if you pronounce the word a bit quickly, naturally, you may not hear the T. So it could sound like restless. Restless. A restless sleeper basically is a person that has difficulty sleeping, difficulty getting a really, really deep sleep. And she says, I don't really get a good night's rest or a good night's sleep, you can say as well. All right. Moving on to what else she said. She talked about exercising and how she normally could sleep better once she exercises. When I exercise, I get much better sleep at night. And she said, I sleep like a baby at those times. What does to sleep like a baby mean? Well, to sleep like a baby. How do babies sleep? They sleep very, very well, right? And they fall into a deep sleep. So if you sleep well, and if you tend to fall into a very deep sleep, you can say, I sleep like a baby. Okay, let's check out what else she said. She says, I'm usually in bed. In bed? What does that mean? It basically means I go to bed. I'm in bed, ready to go to sleep. I'm in bed by a certain time. When? 11. And I'm more of an early bird. Here we have the opposite of a night owl rather than a night owl. Okay, so here we go. So she's basically giving us information about at what time she normally, usually, or generally goes to bed and what she is, what type of person she is. She is not a night owl. She is an early bird. All right, we do have one more to check out. I am not a very deep sleeper. Okay, I did mention the word deep several times today. Now, if you are a deep sleeper, it means that you fall into a very deep sleep. You may fall asleep quickly, and once you do, you don't wake up in the middle of the night. A lot of deep sleepers sleep like a baby. They get a good night's rest or a good night's sleep. She also mentioned, so I need to find more ways where I can get a good night's rest. Now, so she is not a deep sleeper, so she needs to find ways, things to do, things she could do or cures that will help her get a good night's rest. All right, everyone. Well, hopefully you don't have any trouble going to bed at night, and I hope that you all sleep well tonight so that you'll feel more energetic tomorrow. And that is a wrap for today's actual story.
At night, I tend to be a restless sleeper. I don't really get a good night's rest. I'm not sure why, but ever since I can remember, I would toss and turn a lot at night. I do know that when I exercise, however, I do get a much better sleep at night. I sleep like a baby at those times. Some other sleeping habits that I have, I tend to sleep or go to bed early. Around 10 o'clock, my eyes start getting drowsy and groggy, and I'm usually in bed by 11. And in that sense, I'm more of an early bird rather than a night owl. I like to wake up early in the morning because I believe that the early bird gets the worm. But other than that, I am not a very deep sleeper, so I need to find more ways where I can get a good night's rest.
Now, I would say I am quite the opposite of Rachel because she did mention in today's actual story that by maybe 10 o'clock in the evening, she feels drowsy. Drowsy meaning starts to feel sleepy. And my eyelids tend to feel really, really heavy at around 3 or 4 in the morning. So I am definitely a night owl. I am not an early bird. I go to bed late at night and I tend to wake up late in the morning as well. Well, of course, that is if I do not have a morning job. So perhaps the next time you talk to someone, or if by chance you have an interview in English and you are asked to talk about your sleep habits, what you can do is begin by talking about what type of person you are, if you are an early bird or a night owl, if you can function well during the day, in the morning, or even better, in the late hours of the day. You can also mention the hours you sleep, or what time you go to bed, what time you normally wake up in the morning, and what kind of sleeper you are. Are you a deep sleeper or not? Do you tend to dream? Do you tend to remember your dreams? Have you ever had insomnia? You know, there are countless things to talk about when talking about sleep and sleep habits. So perhaps you can do that. Oh, you can also talk about tossing and turning at night. All right. Anyhow, that is a wrap for today's lesson. I'll be joining you back next time with another habit to talk about. We'll focus on eating habits. So first of all, think about what kind of eating habits you have, and that is for our next lesson. In the meantime, come to our homepage, find your way over to www.ebse.co.kr and post up comments, feedback, anything. And also, while you're there, check out our scripts as well from every single lesson. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.